Yeah, I did tack this into the door and tried it on the car. Nothing collided, so everything's good there. Now the channel for the rubber, I couldn't do it in the original C, double J, whatever the heck you call it. So I'm doing it in two pieces. And I've run it through the tipping rollers. And the rubber will fit in that way with no trouble. So I build another side on here, and then I can slide the rubber through the channel. That allows me to tack on the other side here, or use my TIG welder as a spot welder. Then I'll have to re-drill the holes to get to the spot welding piece in the door itself. But the tipping rollers, it's really fiddly because it's at a 2mm, I'm running it at a 2mm line inside, so there's really not much of a lip there. As can be seen, hopefully I can show it, that there's a very, very minimal line, or yeah, it's small. So I got to build the other one, or tack this one in place, build the other one, and tack it with enough distance to go around that rubber, so that it slips in fairly easily, because then you just hammer or punch down the ends to lock it in place. So anyway, I'm going to carry on with that. Also, I did rust converter on the door. I'm going to give it another coat too. And then once the bottom is welded back on, I'll see if I can hit from inside one of the channels to coat it properly and make sure it doesn't rot out again. I got that trim welded in, and then I went and clamped on the other trim, only to find out that there's no way I can remove the rubber. She's in there, it's not moving, which is a good thing in some respects, but unfortunately I can't paint that thing like that, and I don't want to try and weld it because the heat might mess up the rubber. So what I'm going to have to do is drill holes for pop rivets and do it that way, so that I can paint everything, weld this thing back onto the car, onto the door, and then, or paint it, weld it back onto the door, paint everything, and then come back in and put this on with the stainless rivets. And then the rubber should never come out again. At least that's all I can figure. So I'm going to go that route. I will have to clean up the drain holes, because that is covered up a fair amount of it, and I'm going to have to re-drill the holes that I can spot this down to the piece in the door. Yeah, it's just I wished I could get that out and then paint it, weld it in and paint it, but as is, pop rivets are going to be the way to go. Yeah, I got the bottom of the door all welded in. It looks fairly reasonable. Fairly flat along there. Require a little skim of filler. It's all drilled to attach that to hold the rubber in place later on, once it's painted. I'll have to give it a spray of rust converter and then epoxy primer it and go nuts with finishing it off. But we're going to call that done for now. Well, I got to flip it over here and show you a weak spot. It appears this is a bit of a weak spot where the wing window matches up for the other window frame. There was a crack in here and a crack on the other side. I just welded this, but I'm not sure if that's going to do it. I think if I was to do it again, I'd replace a chunk of that with 16 gauge rather than the 20 gauge, being as that's just a weak spot. Strengthen it up. Anyway, I'm going to call this done. I'll get back to the fully done version of it when I paint.